it's fair to say that I don't know a lot of things. And one of the things that I know the least about is money.
Yeah, you're terrible with that.
I am so bad at how do you make it? What do you do with it? Luckily, we have set up a service which allows you to help us get the resources we need to run the show without having to know about things like advertising and ROI and quarterly reports.
Oh, I just fell asleep listening to you.
I don't even know what money is. Hey, but like, listen, you get stuff out of it too, like bonus episodes, early episodes, and monthly patron hangouts. So if you want a little something and you want to help us be idiots professionally for a little bit longer, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. That is a wise man who probably ruined a corporation and hurt a lot of people's families. But on a personal social media level,
got a raise.
That's the way to do it. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. I want to talk about birds all the time. I never want to stop talking about birds, Jeff.
All the time, all the time.
Now I'm singing about birds like a bird myself, like I am a songbird.
That's from our bird concept album that we've been working on.
If you support us at the $500 a month level, you get our conceptual album about birds.
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's very good.
Unfortunately titled Tweets, which we really shouldn't have.
Yeah, it's called My Very Good Tweets, My Dankest Tweets. My Best Tweet Moments is what it's called. And it's...
in retrospect, not the strongest title.
Not the strongest at all. But I do want to talk about birds.
Yeah.
And how...
They be pranking?
How they be pranking all the time. I'm getting pranked by a bird real hard right now, Jeff.
Are you?
Oh, dude. Birds, they love their pranks. And we know this. Bird pranks is best pranks.
Yeah. You
can't catch a bird when it pranks you because you can't even see them. And then they fly away.
They fly away. That's why they're such good pranksters is because they have an instant getaway plan all the time.
You know what we're talking about, everybody. There's a bird outside my window every morning at 2 a.m. right now who's just looking to get laid.
Just calling out to the sky.
You know what I mean? This bird is just
shouting about it.
It's putting it out there.
Yeah.
This bird is definitely it's the bird equivalent of the guy in the coffee shop swiping right on everything that pops up in Tinder without looking at it.
Yeah.
That's what this bird is doing.
Doing it.
This bird is just screaming out of my window.
Yeah.
Into the world. And it's very hot in LA right now. So that window's open so I can sleep.
Well, there's your first problem.
Yes.
You live in Los Angeles.
That's it's my first and biggest problem, as I often say. But so this bird's pranking me pretty hardcore. That's not what this story is about. It's not about birds pranking and mating. It's about birds' superpowers.
What do they got? Superpowers now?
Oh, you know they got superpowers.
Invisibility?
Invisibility, we've already talked about.
They already have the power of flight.
They have the power of flight and the power of invisibility if they're in a tree.
Oh my God.
These birds have camo. All the powers. Let's not call it invisibility. Let's call it active camo.
All right. I got you.
But the bird superpower that I have always been the most fascinated with is their ability to see or feel the magnetic fields of the earth.
Oh, fly south for the winter.
Fly north, they can always find their way home.
The swallows in San Juan Capistrano.
Yep, that's just those ones. And then every other bird just gets lost.
Yeah.
There's only one kind of bird that can migrate that way, and it's the Capistrano swallows.
Yep.
Every other bird that you see that looks like it's flying south for the winter and then flying back up north, that's different birds. They're just lost.
But it is quite remarkable.
Many birds leave their families behind.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be a bird. Let me just say that. You don't want to be a bird.
And let me tell you something.
The biggest prank of all.
This is a message for all the birds out there. Being a deadbeat dad isn't a prank.
Right.
Okay?
It's serious business.
Yeah, being a dad.
Very special episode where we need to break it down for you.
That's right. You birds. You birds can't see it, but I'm sitting in a chair backwards.
Step it up. Take some responsibility, bird.
I'm seriously rapping with you right now, birds.
You can't
even sit in chairs. Because even though I put the chair backwards, my knees still bend the right way. I don't think bird knees bend the right way for chair.
The birds have knees?
Yeah.
They do?
Some. Think about those long birds like an egret.
Oh, yeah, like a flamingo.
The scientific name for an egret is a long bird. That's the Latin for egret. No, the birds, The birds, Jeff. All the birds.
They can fly. They know the magnetic field. How do they do it?
Well, that's something that's always been fascinating. We've always tried to figure out how they can do this. We call it their sixth sense.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah, they say that these animals have extra senses, right? So one of their senses is just like we have touch, taste, feel, like touch, taste, and feel. Those are our senses. Those are the three human senses.
Touch, taste, and feel.
Yeah.
I rely on all of those.
I rely
daily.
on all of those. And those are the three senses. And that was a science podcast. Good day. In addition to all the senses that we have, birds have some sort of feeling for the Earth's magnetic fields. And we previously thought that potentially they were eating some sort of foods that were rich in some sort of like
nature's compass.
Nature's compass.
They were eating nature's compasses.
They were eating compasses.
That's why all of the Boy Scouts have to be prepared for the swooping of birds.
When you go out and you go to feed birds, the first thing you see is you'll rice no, magnets yes.
That's right.
You can't throw rice at birds because it expands in their bellies, but you can throw magnets at them and they love it.
They love magnets.
There's nothing they love more than eating some magnets.
You ever seen a nice, kindly old lady on a park bench in a nice fall afternoon just feeding magnets to birds?
Just trying to throw just sew magnets. You know what I mean? Just like throw them, but you can't because they stick together.
It's the worst.
So she just throws a giant clump of magnets and like maybe a bird dies. But the rest of the birds, if they can pull the magnets off of the clump, have their favorite snack.
Right.
No, we thought that perhaps they were eating foods that were very rich in iron and other things that were magnetic. And then those it would create a protein in their bodies that was used to make their beaks. So potentially they had some sort of magnetic sensing nose.
Wow. But that's bullshit.
That's kind of bullshit. We also thought that maybe there was just a center in their brain that was like kind of attuned to magnetic frequencies. So it wasn't so much a seeing, it was a feeling.
This is like the Toucan Sam theory where Toucan Sam could always find the Fruit Loops by following his nose.
Yeah, exactly. That's
gotcha.
But that's real. The difference between those, Jeff, is that's real.
Yes,
and Toucan
obviously.
Sam is real, and he loves me. And I don't want to hear anything else from you about Toucan Sam. We have been through this.
We have.
Okay? And I don't know why it's like so
apologize.
important to you. I don't know why you want to take that away from me.
Well, I feel like Toucan Sam is for everyone. That's all I'm saying.
I feel the same way. I feel like he's real and he's for everyone and he loves me.
Okay. I'll just fine. I'm not gonna
because we don't need to. Because like you believe things that I don't think are right or real.
I believe that tricks aren't just for kids. For one.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
They're for everybody.
No, they're
just
not.
Just like Toucan Sam.
Why would they have an entire informational campaign about how they're for children, Jeff?
It's complicated.
I don't want to get into this. We promised we weren't going to get into this.
Fair enough.
If you say Lucky Charms right now, I will fucking kill you. This is over. But we have learned how these birds can see or feel magnetic fields.
How?
And the answer, Jeff?
What is it?
They see them.
They just see.
They are visible to birds' magnetic fields.
This is like a video game where they got to give you a visual representation of the wind or some shit.
They have detective vision.
Yeah. They got that bat vision.
They got the Batman detective vision.
That's rad.
They've got the infrared. We don't know how it looks to them. We have no idea. Probably looks like detective vision.
Yeah.
I think we cracked
see like
it.
the heartbeats.
Yeah. And you can see a guy behind a wall.
Yeah.
But he's kind of fuzzy.
That's why birds are always tagging you. They tag you, and then they can do. Yeah.
What you do is birds paint their targets.
Right. Exactly.
And then they can follow you anywhere. What it is a protein called Cry4.
What do you cry for?
Don't do this. Not now. Not when we're on the verge of such an important discovery. How dare you?
Fair enough.
Cry4 is a protein level, or is a protein, and they were checking the levels of these protein in different birds, including zebra finches. This was the University of Oxford who did this. The team found that Cry4 was produced steadily throughout the day. And Cry4 is specifically used to form something in the eyes of birds. And there's more of it than there are in other animals. But
other animals do have it?
We have it to a certain amount. Like a lot of other animals do have it. They have a lot of it, and they have it consistently through a 24-hour cycle. Your body makes different proteins at different times of day, depending on what you need.
Okay.
And then uses those proteins also for different things, depending on what you need.
So theoretically, they would, in their field of vision, they have some representation of where the magnetic fields are.
Mm-hmm. They can see them. They're almost like,
direction.
if you look at like a visualization of magnetic fields, it's like they're like these bands, these concentric bands that go
So
back
like
and forth across the
how
earth.
an artist would draw Magneto when he's really going at it.
Yeah, like or the Wi-Fi symbol. It's like the entire Earth is surrounded by the Wi-Fi symbol.
Yeah.
And birds can apparently see that, man. They make cry-4 levels consistently, or their cry-4 levels are consistent throughout a 24-hour cycle. And then what's more, levels increase during the migratory season.
Huh.
So winter comes, it's time to fly south. All of a sudden, these birds are making extra
like,
cry
holy
4.
shit, have you seen the magnetic fields
Shit
up
gets
in here?
real bright.
I got to get going.
Yeah, when in music festival season,
Yeah.
the birds make a lot of cry 4 and they're just
Woo!
feeling the music.
Yeah.
They can see it around them in waves. And it's the best time. And these birds are best friends and they don't know why they don't say it more. They don't know why they don't say it more.
They really should.
And
they
then
should make time.
And then they sleep for like 3 days and they call into work. That's how birds do music festivals. Birds, they's just like us. So during the migratory season, they make more cry 4, and the location of cry 4 is in the retina. The retina, because it provides the access to the most light in the eye. They're seeing it, dude.
Yeah.
They're seeing it all.
They're seeing the magnetic fields. That is wild. So basically, it's to make yet another video game reference, it's basically like turning on drive assist in Forza. You know, they got like pathways and they're like, fly this way.
Exactly.
Just ride the waves,
I mean, that's
baby.
the thing. If you're looking to go north-south, the Earth has north-south magnetic poles, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you're flying up to get cooler, you're flying down to get warmer.
That's bad.
You can see it, man.
Yeah.
I want this.
You want the magnetic vision?
Of course I want the magnetic vision, Jeff.
Well, then wouldn't you
become a bird? Yes. Jeff, and you know I want that more than anything.
Just because you live prankz.
For me and Toucan Sam to finally be together.
Be in love together? Yeah.
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 Because he does. He loves me, Jeff. I know he does. I know he does. I can see
I'm not
going to
get in between you and Toucan Sam.
You can't. Nothing can. It's a force of nature.
Yeah.
Like the magnetic fields. I think this is really interesting. And it's interesting to me because it was probably the least likely theory in a lot of people's minds.
That they just saw it.
That they could just see it.
It does seem the most sort of childish idea. It's like,
oh, they can probably just see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
They can see it. Like my cat can see ghosts. What?
Right.
Yeah, my cat sometimes gets scared during the day. It sees ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a scientist. I'm not a scientist. I'm 3 birds.
In a trench
You
coat.
got pranked.
Boom! God damn, they're good.
But it was much more likely that they had some sort of protein in their body that felt the pull of magnetic fields, or an area of their brain that could sort of receive the waves and electromagnetic radiation in a certain way.
No,
it was
that's
more
right
of a
over there.
sense.
It's right there.
But no, they can see
You
it.
just see it right there.
It's literally a line that they follow, like when Indiana Jones flies from one place to another.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Just follow the dot, dot, dot.
oh, he's going to Poland.
Yeah.
Why is he going to Poland? I don't know. Maybe he's just tired.
That's
Maybe
where
he's
the
tired
lines
of being
lead him.
where it all is.
I think that if you're a bird and you start flying, that's what happens. It just zooms out to the map.
Yeah.
And
You see it third person.
Yeah.
You just see a third person iMovie version of yourself. It's like our vacation.
This is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Does it surprise you that it was a sense
Yeah,
of
it's
sight?
not what I would have thought. I had heard all of the stuff that you referenced as well, which is sort of they had some innate pull that just sort of gave them a general sense of direction. But if it's spelled out in their vision, it's pretty wild. It's a pretty interesting thing. I wonder if there are ways to determine if this is actually the case or not.
Yeah, they've run a lot of studies and they think that this is probably it. They want to do more. They want to try to figure out if the birds are actually seeing it. And I am kind of interested to see what sort of a lab setup they do for that.
Yeah.
I would imagine, like, I can already imagine an experiment where you set up magnetic fields in certain areas or something and maybe train the birds to know that fields is food.
Well, I wonder if there's a way to extract the Cry 4 and
inject it into our own eyes.
Yeah. Maybe we can see.
Inject it into our own eyes and see magnetic fields forever.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Maybe let's try that.
Listen, if you're at Oxford University and you have access to a vial of Cry 4,
contact
meet
us
me in
immediately.
Poland. Follow the lines. It will get you there. Was this how you thought birds were able to migrate? Was this what you expected their magnetoreception to be? Let us know on Twitter. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those Toucan Sam. Fuck you, Kellogg's. He belongs to me. Or is it General Mills? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
the people's matter.
Now. He belongs to the people, but most importantly, me.
He's greater than all of us.
Specifically, mostly me. And remember, if you want to talk about birds or the love of birds or bird pranks, you can do so on our Discord. That is
very diverse topics.
Yeah, and those are the only chat rooms we have on the Discord. If you have suggestions for more, I'll listen to them, but I will not add them.
And by the way, if you are in the Love of Birds chat and you just start talking general birds, you're in the wrong chat.
Yeah, and the moderators will ban you forever. If you want to be a part of our Discord, which is a great place to chat with other concerned citizens about birds or whatever else pops into your mind, the instructions on how to do so are on our Patreon, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.